All right, mathematicians, we are measuring angles with a protractor here. Um, and this will be in degrees. So we've got an angle here. Angles made up of a ray and another ray that share a common point called the vertex. We're trying to find out basically how wide this opening is. So it does not matter how long you draw this. Sometimes you might have to extend it to fit it on your protractor if you're doing it with paper, but I think in Alex they'll just give it to you long enough, hopefully. All right, so let's see what they did here. They took a protractor, they made sure that the vertex was at the middle of the baseline here. And then they made sure that one of the rays, one of the sides of the angle, was on the baseline. And then you're going to count up from 0. On a protractor outside of Alex, you'll have two sets of numbers here. One set will be like 180, 170, 160, and so on. You're going to start with the 0 set. So, if you're over here, you're looking for 0 to start with. If you're over here, you're looking for 0 to start with. And then you go all the way up to 110. So the measure of this angle is 110 degrees. All right. So on Alex, you'll press this button to have the protractor show up. And it'll show up somewhere, and then you're going to have to drag it and make sure that it's... I don't know if you can make it bigger or smaller like I can on this particular setup, but I'm trying to rotate it so that I can have the baseline um, on one of my openings of the angle. Notice how 0 is matched up. Sometimes 0 may be at the very, very end of the protractor. Sometimes they leave space there. But we're wanting 0 to be on one side of the angle. And we're going to follow that 0 set of numbers until we get to that angle. And then I want to make sure that this vertex at um, is at the center of the baseline. Sometimes in plastic protractor you'll have a little hole there, or metal one you'll have a little hole there. That's where the vertex needs to go. So I'm counting up from 0, and following that I see that it's about 160. So the measure of this angle is about 160 degrees. Make sure that it makes sense. This is an obtuse angle. By looking at it, I can tell that it's greater than 90. And so if you had accidentally looked at the wrong set of numbers, you'd have 20, and so that should be a red flag. Hey, that's opening more than 90. It's obtuse. It can't be 20. So keep that in mind. Let's look at another one. Going to drag the protractor, make sure the center of the baseline's on one side of the angle, and the center of the baseline is where the vertex is. Now I'm tracking with the smaller set of numbers, or starting with 0, I should say. And so we get to 70 degrees there. So hopefully those couple of examples will help you measure angles and degrees with a protractor.